Before I tell you about the music and the dance, the beach, or the half dozen trains that carried me across the city this day, listen to this. I heard such loud chatter of birds only in quiet spaces and undisturbed fields. But here, I was standing in a subway station, trains were rumbling overhead, and yet the birds were louder than all of it. I don't remember experiencing something like that before, and that's how some experiences are. Just out of place, nothing extraordinary, and yet they stop you and give you something to take back. Now let's move on to episode 1, the dance. Somewhere along the street, Spanish music spilled into the afternoon. A small group of musicians gathered, adding their own beats to an already cheerful song. Some watched, some joined, and two among them, Nignon and Amy, seemed to be enjoying the moment more than anyone else. If my writer does his job well, she might act in my short film. Meanwhile, the sky put on a shining blue attire, which brings me to the second episode, the cold blue sky. After a couple of warm days, the weather decided to play one of its harsh jokes again. The cold returned, the wind followed. But to distract us from this cruelty, the sky dressed itself beautifully. It spread a clear blue fabric overhead and pinned a few aesthetic clouds onto its elegant ball gown. I set out this day towards the library, but weather has a way of changing your plans. So I skipped the library and took a different direction instead. And on my way, I found the crowd. One of my favorite things about walking in New York is trotting along with a larger group. Crowds pull you into their current, and sometimes walking within a larger group makes life feel a little less serious, as if we're all more connected than we realize. And here, we have a group of artists, one of whom is giving this grand white structure some colors. This is the Oculus. It looks like a bird about to take flight, a building raised as a quiet symbol of resilience after 9/11. And the architect behind this form and structure, Santiago Calatrava, a Spaniard. In episode 4, we have what I love dearly, trains in and out. This day in total, I took, let's count together, shall we? First, there was the path train, followed by 4 and a queue. On my way back, I was in queue again and an R train, finally taking a path train back home. That's 5 trains. And the number of trains I saw passing this day, let's skip the count, there were many. I love spotting and watching trains pass. Anyway, it was from Q train that I had my first glimpse of the sea after a long time. Which brings us to episode 5, the Coney Island beach. A week ago, another train journey from the same New York City had taken me to the mountains. Today, it brought me here. This is why I chose to stay in this place. A city full of moving life and an artistic energy, and surrounded by landscapes that offer completely different styles of nature. Back home in India, the beach was an everyday destination. Almost every ride began with a small detour towards the sea. So standing here, listening to waves move and crash against the shore felt familiar, almost like home. Almost, but not fully. And then there was the pier, a narrow path stretching deep into the sea. I felt like a sailor on a long voyage, finally heading home, after surviving ruthless seas, merciless pirates, and seductive mermaid witches. seductive mermaid witches. I should probably tone down my creativity. The return from the beach was slow and satisfying. There was the music and the dance. There was pizza from a quiet corner, and more trains followed, while the city continued its endless motion. But there was also one episode I had not mentioned. What you're looking at is a last bite of the best omelette I ever had in my life. And surprisingly, or perhaps shockingly, it was made by my own hands. My cooking is getting better, and soon I think I can invite you for dinner.